Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the real Cut My Music Wrestling. It's your boy, the Black Patriot, once again bringing you the dopest wrestling content on the net because wrestling is my number one priority and wrestling is my number one passion. Yes. Now that the introductions are out of the way, remember guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. It's a small click for you, but it means the world to me and it means the world to the channel. And I cannot stress this enough. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the likes, the views, the comments, everything. I appreciate it, guys. Hitting that like button lets the algorithm know that you like what you see. It puts me in rotation so we can grow. I grow, you grow, we grow together. And I'm going to continue to bring you the best wrestling content that I can. The Black Patriot, I'm here for you. Tonight's episode is a review of Smackdown. It's the go-home edition of Smackdown before Saturday night main event, PLE, and right before getting into the show, the whole card was mid. That's been like my favorite word on this channel, mid. From top to bottom, the show was mid, borderline not good. I've seen people actually say that the show is becoming unwatchable. I've said that about Monday Night Raw myself. But yes, we are in the era of WWE where you have to go into this mindless. You have to go into this brainless. Take your mind, turn it off, have no expectations from the show, and you might be entertained. As I said in my AEW review, it seemed like AEW knew that they needed to garner interest for their pay-per-view that was coming up this weekend on Sunday, so they stepped it up. Dynamite was actually pretty good. WWE felt no need to step anything up. SmackDown was a status quo edition of SmackDown. The only saving grace about this show is the pacing. It kind of moved along, just like they did on Raw. So I guess they're speeding their shows up, but they're still giving out bad content. And this is another thing that I cannot stress enough. It literally seems like they're not even trying. Well, Triple H have said that this is a calculated and coordinated production process. Even if that is the case, either you guys are inept, dumb, completely stupid, or just bad at your job, or just uncreative, and nobody is willing to tell him, because I guess everybody is a yes man, like how Vince used to be surrounded by Vince yes man. Maybe Triple H and Lee Fittins got their goons and their yes man, and nobody is willing to tell them that they suck or they're bad because they don't want to lose their job. I don't know what it is. Whatever the reason is, you're going to get a bad product every single time. Every single week I watch these WWE and AEW shows, I'm just like, wow, I wish I didn't have to watch this, but I am a wrestling fan and I am also a content creator, so at the end of the day I have to. The show starts off with a Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre brawl session. This is just clowning, jobbery, and more buffoonery because at the end of the day, everybody knows that Damian Priest just does not have it. He does not have the it factor. He is not the guy. There's nothing wow about him. He does not pop. He has no charisma. He cannot cut a promo. He's solid in the ring, but he is not a superstar. He is just a guy. He's one of the worst world heavyweight champions that we've ever had, and we've only had like 4 or 5. It's only been like Seth, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, if you could count that. We have not had that many world champions, and he is the worst one. It's between him and Gunther. I don't know, because they suck so bad. So how can you compare trash to ass? I don't know. One of them dudes is trash. One of them is ass. I don't know who's worse. So I don't care about this. And this animosity between them two is so forced. It's like somebody just randomly remembered that Damian Priest cashed in on Drew McIntyre, so they want to play off that. Oh, then you're going to eliminate him in the Elimination Chamber. And I'm just like, this animosity is so forced. Nothing that they have done makes me feel like it's to the point where they just can't stop fighting each other. They just gotta brawl whenever they see each other. It's nonsensical. It's dumb. Drew McIntyre deserves better. He should not be in this situation. He should be up the card. Damian Priest is a jobber. He is mid. He should not be in this match with Drew McIntyre. I hope this match at the Saturday night main event, steel cage match, is the definitive match between them two, so Drew McIntyre can get away from this man. I don't like it, yo. Next, we have Tiffany Stratton in the ring doing her Tiffany thing. It's Tiffy time. She comes out and the crowd is into her. So, yay for them if they're having fun with this. Yay. But Tiffany cuts mid to bad promos. She really has nothing to say, and she's very repetitive on the mic. She says the same thing over and over again. Tiffy time, Tiffy time, Tiffy time. All right. This segment is mid. Nothing to see here. Alexa comes out, does her introduction. Hi, I'm Alexa. I don't know you, but you're gonna know me, and you better pray I don't win the Money in the Bank. So obviously Alexa is already threatening that she's definitely gonna cash in on Tiffany, and that's as she should. As she should, yo. You know that if you're the champion and it's Money in the Bank season, you're gonna have a massive target on your back. As she should. Charlotte comes out and says she's also gonna win the Money in the Bank, and she's gonna cash in, and she's gonna take back her title, and she's gonna take back the spotlight. The only good thing was two parts. Tiffany called her out on this, said you sounding a little bit like a hypocrite because you tried to downplay me cashing in the Money in the Bank. Now here you are. Why are you out here talking about winning the Money in the Bank when you act like it didn't mean nothing when I did it? That was good. And also when she called them vintage. She said, you guys were once the standard, but I'm the upgrade. And as long as I'm around and I'm the champion, it's going to be Tiffy time. Again, Tiffy time. That's all she has to say. Tiffany has nothing to say except that it's Tiffy time. So that was that. Since Charlotte was already in the ring, the actual first wrestling match of the show was Charlotte versus Julia versus Zelina Vega in a non-title match. It's a Money in the Bank qualifying match, triple threat, non-title. The action in this match in my opinion, was pretty good. I've actually seen people take a big, massive dump on this match. They said it was super botchy, it was super bad, and I've even heard people say not only that Julia is the worst wrestler they ever seen, but Zelina suck, and now for some reason Charlotte is terrible. It did not come off that way to me. To be perfectly honest, it did not come off that way to me. I really liked the action in the match. I really liked the dynamic between the three characters. Like, it seemed like I said characters, the three wrestlers. It seemed like they were all at one point had the upper hand, and all at one point could have gone any way. Zelina being the littlest thing in the ring, but she's still going off the top rope, jumping around, flipping around. She's doing her thing. They started off, though, harkening back to when Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley, because they were in the ring and they were ignoring Io, Bianca, and Rhea. So you had Julia and Charlotte like eyeing each other, ignoring Zelina. And Zelina like, hold up, y'all not going to do me like that because I'm the champion. And then she interjects herself in it and gets tossed out of the ring. There's a lot of stuff going on. They go off the top rope. Like I say, at some point during the match, they were all up there. Zelina lives up there. She's going off the top rope. Charlotte going off the top rope. Julia is going off the top rope as well. There's several near falls. And at one point, Charlotte has Julia trapped in the figure four, and Zelina breaks it up with a pretty cool Meteora. And then Charlotte has Zelina trapped in the figure four, and Julia breaks it up with a double stomp off the top rope, almost like a coup de grace, yo. She then, after that, Zelina was able to hit Julia with the cold red. She didn't get the pinfall, but like I said, I'm highly impressed by Zelina's improvement. You can tell she takes the art of professional wrestling seriously. You can tell that she wants to do better. She wants to improve, and I see it. I see her improving in her craft. I see her. I like some of the things she's been adding to her. Also, she has a little sliding kick. I see a lot of wrestlers do it, but she does it too. She has a spinning back fist that I like. She has the cold red. She has the 619. So I love Zelina's repertoire. She's adding a lot of moves to her arsenal. I see her getting better. That's what I like. Julia eventually wins the match off of a Northern Light brainbuster. In her debut, she qualifies for Money in the Bank. I'm a fan of Julia. I like this match. Despite the naysayers, I actually think it delivered, yo. Backstage after this match, Zelina is also involved in a brawl alongside Michin and B-Fab because Chelsea Green, being her Chelsea self, annoying and arrogant and just overall overbearing, she's talking smack to Zelina. Zelina ain't having it. Zelina just lost her match. She ain't having it. She pops off on Chelsea Green. They're going to have a match at the pay-per-view now, but then a brawl session breaks out because Chelsea Green has her secret Hervis, Piper Nevin, and Alba Fire. So then Zelina's friends, Meacham and B-Fab, hop in, and so there's a big brawl going on backside. They got to break the ladies up with WWE staff and security or whatever. So Nick, I'll just say there's going to be a match between B-Fab, Meachin versus the secret Hervis later on. Next up, we have Tommaso Ciampa versus Chris Sabin, a match that I couldn't care less about. Yeah, I'm dead serious, because if WWE doesn't give me anything to care about, then I'm just simply not going to care. And WWE at this point does not take the tag team division serious, the male or the women's tag titles for that matter. No, it doesn't matter who your champion is. And this isn't just a Smackdown thing. I've said it before, it's Raw as well. Because the New Day aren't doing anything with those belts right now. The War Raiders weren't doing anything with them previously. So WWE does not take their tag team division seriously, and I don't either. I don't care. I don't care about this match. Tommaso Ciampa versus Chris Sabin. I like Tommaso Ciampa. I like NXT Tommaso Ciampa when he was calling his belt Goldie, when he was a ruthless mercenary-like character. I'm not saying that he was a mercenary per se, like a character, but he was very ruthless. He reminded me of Triple H in some ways, and I really thought he would come to the main roster and break out. I think he would be better served as a single star, but it is what it is. Chris Sabin, Motor City Machine Guns, Old School TNA, Impact Tag Team. You know them, I know them, but nobody cares about this match. Tommaso Ciampa wins by faking a knee injury to get the attention of the referee, while Candice LeRae interferes for giving him an opportunity to pull his knee pad down and absolutely obliterate Chris Sabin with a knee for the 1, 2, 3. Moving right along. More buffoonery, more jobbery again. Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest has to brawl. It got to be another brawl. And again, Drew McIntyre deserves better. Drew McIntyre has all the tools to be not one of the top guys in this company, but the top guy. I felt like him and Roman would have been perfect rivals for each other. Like, I don't understand why Drew McIntyre's stock has fallen so bad. Why is Drew McIntyre even feuding with Damian Priest? This guy is a multiple-time WWE champion, World Heavyweight champion, the man who carried your company through the COVID era, through when there was empty arenas during a pandemic. He won the WWE title at WrestleMania, beating Brock Lesnar of all people. And this is what he gets? This is how you reward him for being diligent. Like this? I'm not here for this. I'm here for Drew McIntyre looking dominant, looking strong, and being the great WWE champion that I know he can be. Drew McIntyre can cut promos. Drew McIntyre can get it done in the ring. Drew McIntyre has an excellent look. For whatever reason, WWE wants to continue to present him as a jobber, and it's to the detriment of their own locker room, their own roster, their own upper men's card. I don't get it. This is terrible. I really hope after this match, Drew McIntyre never faces Damian Priest again, yo. Then we have another backstage segment with Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and JC Mateo, aka Jeff Cobb. So, JC, this is a match with Solo. This is a segment where Solo is trying to get these guys to work together. He's trying to get them on the same page because they have a tag match later on against Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. Solo also says he wants Jimmy to come back to the family. He wants his brother with them, but Jimmy won't go. So Jacob is like, well, I don't mess with JC. I don't know him. He's not family. I don't like him and I don't trust him. So clearly, oh, and also, where are the Lower brothers? Where's Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa? Because clearly this faction is only Solo Sikoa and JC. Because Jacob Fatu has checked out all the way and completely. He is not a Solo Sikoa guy. You could tell. The tension is there. You know a turn is happening soon. Then there's another backstage segment, a really quick one with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. Charlotte is walking up and she can hear Alexa talking. Alexa is clearly talking about her, but when Charlotte inquires, Alexa say, oh, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Lily. Charlotte is clearly pissed. She don't like that answer. And then Alexa Bliss further encourages her by like, well, you know, I'll see you at Money in the Bank. Oh, no, I won't. Because she knows full well that Charlotte lost her match and didn't qualify. So Alexa Bliss is hilarious for that, yo. Next, we have Me Chen and B-Fab versus the Secret Harvest, Piper Niven and Albert Fire. And like I've been saying, this match it is what it is. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. And when I say it wasn't bad, I mean it could have been very bad. It almost was bad. So the only thing I'm going to take away from this match is, well, it's two things. One, I can't believe B-Fab is still employed. I literally cannot believe she survived these rounds of cuts, yo. She cannot talk on a mic, and she's green as turtle dung in the ring. She is not good at all. But here we are. Of these four women in this match, I am a Mi Chen fan. I think Mi Chen, a.k.a. Mia Yim, I think she has something to offer the business. I just don't think WWE gives her the opportunity to showcase what she can do. She is solid in the ring. She's a great in-ring performer. She does not cut promos, but from what I've seen from her backstage segments, I know she can cut promos. I know she has a personality. I really like Mi Chen. But WWE needs to give her the opportunity. For whatever reason, they allow B-Fab to pick up the win. She hits her finisher, I don't even know what it's called, off of Mi Chen's Eat the Feet, lands it on Piper Niven. 1, 2, 3. They win. And this match was just for no reason. Nothing happened, nothing to see here. Then you get Rey Fenix and Jimmy Uso versus JC Mateo and Jacob Fatu. And the dynamic is, can the bloodline work together? Will Jimmy turn on Rey Fenix and join Solo Sikoa? For the in-ring part of this match, it is what it is. There was a pretty good Lucha Libre inspired aerial dynamic from Rey Fenix, and Jimmy is showing that he is just a great tag team competitor, that he could get in the ring and he could be on anybody's team and he knows what he's doing. Dare I say, he might actually be better in the ring than Jay. And the crowd is giving him yeet responses as well. So I don't know. Maybe we might get to see main event Big Jimmy. Who knows? But the match was good. The storytelling is there slightly. There was a point where, you know, it looked like they were going to, JC and Jacob Fatu was going to come to blows, but it never happened. Jeff Cobb tagged himself in. Jacob didn't like that. Jeff Cobb pins independent Jimmy off of the what do you call his move? Tour of the Islands. And it is literally just a body slam. I'm not a fan of Jeff Cobb, but he continues to pick up wins. And they pick up the bloodline, pick up this win. At one point, Solo Sikoa was offering, sort of similar to Seth, but like he did with Sammy, but offering Jimmy opportunity to join. Jimmy refused. Whatever. This match was mid, yo. LA Knight backstage, he cuts the same promo that we've all been thinking in our head. It's about darn time for LA Knight to win. LA Knight had his back against the wall since he came into this company. For whatever reason, someone doesn't like his aura, somebody doesn't like his star power. They label him a megastar, but he doesn't get treated like a megastar. His push does not add up with the fan reaction because he's been super over for a long time. He was more over than Jay and been over longer than Jay before Jay even got over with that yeet stuff. Whatever. The match is a throwaway because nobody cares about Shinsuke. No one cares about Aleister Black. They're 1,000% jobbers. The only star in this match was LA Knight. LA Knight gets the dub. He's in the Money in the Bank, and thank God. Because if LA Knight would have lost this match, I would have rioted. Then we get the R-Truth promo, which is, again, like I said, I was against this match. If you saw my last video, I do not want to see John Cena's one of his last dates in this company. We're in the farewell tour. The time is now. This is the last time we see John Cena. I do not want one of his dates wasted on an R-Truth match, but it is what it is. R-Truth said he's going to beat hustle, loyalty, and respect back into Cena. Cena is his childhood hero, even though he's older than Cena. I don't care for it. I don't care for their match at the upcoming pay-per-view, but I don't book this. Triple H is determined to put out trash. He's determined to put out vomit. He's determined to put out scat. So you get it. R-Truth is a comedy character. He does not have a winning record, but he's going to face John Cena on a pay-per-view. I don't care, yo. And then after that promo, it was the actual LA Knight Shinsuke Nakamura match. I got ahead of myself. Again, LA Knight should have won this match. Shinsuke Nakamura and Aleister Black are jobbers. Shinsuke Nakamura does nothing on the roster. Aleister Black just came back. He does nothing on the roster. It was funny though, because LA Knight won off of an Aleister Black mass to Shinsuke, but he tossed Aleister out of the ring before he can capitalize on it and stole his pinfall. I don't care how LA Knight won, as long as LA Knight wins. Yeah. Moving along, we get Street Profits versus Fraxium. Pure jobbery. Now, let me tell you how. Let me explicitly illustrate to you how far SmackDown has fallen. Fraxium is a jobber team. They're new to the roster. Montez Ford is a jobber. Angelo Dawkins is a jobber. They're tag team specialists. There's in a division that nobody cares about. The WWE does nothing to promote. The WWE put no thought and effort into, and that was what main evented SmackDown. So I'm going to just skip you right to the end. The Wyatt Six shows up, another group stable of jobbers. Do we really care about Bo Dallas? Does anybody really care about Nikki Cross? Does anybody really care about Eric Rowan? During the match, DIY comes out. Motor City Machine Guns comes out. So all the tag teams are out there just to get their butt kicked by the Wyatt Six. Who does? They come out during the match, interfere right when it looked like the Street Profits would have been able to put Fraxium away. They come out, they clear the house, they beat up all the other teams that are out there. They stand tall at the end. They have a birthday cake because it was apparently Bray Wyatt's birthday. It is what it is. If I had to rank this episode of SmackDown, I would give this episode a D. All the matches were bad. Nothing really stood out. Nothing was elevated. No storylines were moved forward. Nothing was progressed. It was just, and it's 3 hours. So not only were these matches bad, they were long and bad because they have to pad this 3-hour runtime. It makes no sense. SmackDown needs to be 1 hour, yo. If you're going to give us mess like this, 5 4 to 5 matches, then just make it a 1 hour show. The matches don't need to be that long. I think the Street Profits match was like 28 minutes, yo. Like, come on. This was terrible. SmackDown was terrible. This is what WWE gives you when they know they have a pay-per-view coming up on Saturday. The go home episode of SmackDown was trash, yo. Remember, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm the Black Patriot. This is the real Cut My Music Wrestling, where my podcast is always honest. It's always unbiased. It will be truthful. I will bring you wrestling content, and I will be the voice for you. I will be calling these promoters out. If it's trash, I'm going to say it's trash. If it's good, I'm going to tell you it's good. I'm never going to lie to you. I'm never going to gaslight you or try to mislead you. I'm not the WWE. I don't want you to be a drone. I want you to think for yourself. Watch these shows. Ask yourself, what is this? Why should I care? Peace out. Be safe.